I'm Ash,
And I'm Fatima.
and this is
Fatash.
Fatash. We're
Hey.
we're back. Were we here last week? I can't
Yeah, we
remember.
were. 2 weeks in a row. Look at us.
Were we?
Yes, we were.
Damn. A
You
lot. I feel like so
responded.
much has happened.
What's happened?
Well, there was the Super Bowl, so I couldn't remember if we didn't.
We didn't talk about the Super Bowl because we didn't see it.
Right. That's why I couldn't remember if we even did the show because of the Super Bowl, but we didn't do Blurred Dot because of the Super Bowl.
Well, when we got off, it was not looking good.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
It
feel like
was really not looking good.
we got
They
off
hit,
just in time to watch the Super Bowl, if I remember the timing right ish.
No, we were like when I finally got down. I don't know when we got off, but I when I finally got downstairs and looked at the TV, the score was something crazy
Yeah,
to
it
like
was
six,
like it
six,
was
six
nah.
point.
Okay, I don't know when you decided to turn on the TV, but I remember because when we got off the air, I had it playing in my
It was
on
like 6 to 40 or something like that.
my I had it playing in another tab on my other screen, so I turned the volume up when they did like just opening up. So there was like the opening anthem, the African American anthem. They had some Louisiana folks come out and do like a little mini music performance and all that. So that was cool. So I remember seeing that. And yeah, that score was atrocious for like the first two quarters. I think the Eagles were up 30 points by the time we got to the second. No, by the end of the second quarter, it was 30-0 still.
That's why I kept hearing my mom say, "Are they going to score a point? Are they going to score a point at all? This is a
It's
Super Bowl. Ain't both of them supposed to be good?"
And I'm
Like
like, right, they were both at the Super Bowl 2 years ago. What happened? What happened? Like the Eagles took that loss 2 years ago personally and had it out for Mahomes the whole time. I'm like, why is the quarterback getting tackled so often? Ain't that the one that he's not supposed to be touched? Because every time I turned around, he was being tackled by at least five burly Philadelphians. That man had his arm hit, body tackled. Half his stuff was intercepted. Like, were you
Did you
deliberately?
see? Oh, okay, so I saw on Twitter. Did you see that they saw some white lady in the crowd with a little voodoo doll?
No, I heard about that though.
she, she
Oh,
had a little voodoo doll. She had something else, and she was like going like this.
oh my God! Look, and I mean, considering it was New Orleans, it's the home of voodoo and hoodoo and all that. But also, what was funny is one of my friends from college. He's a Kansas Chiefs fan. I think they actually live in Kansas or whatever. Um, and he got good tickets for the Super Bowl. It was his birthday weekend. His wife got him tickets for the Super Bowl, so they were doing all the Super Bowl stuff. They were like front row to see Ludacris. They were on the touchdown line for the Eagles side. They were like maybe 3 rows up from the goalpost, so they had great seats. But again, he's a Kansas Chiefs fan on the Eagles side. So he's decked out in all his Kansas gear amongst all these Philadelphia Eagles. And apparently, anytime he shows up to a Kansas Chiefs game, the Kansas Chiefs lose. He's like, I guess I'm bad luck to my favorite team. But like, he was having such a good time. It was so funny. Someone actually caught video of him amongst the Philadelphia fans as like the confetti was falling, as again the only Kansas Chief fan in all his regalia amongst all the green. And so he said that like some of the Eagles fans were kind of rude and like, jeering at him like he was on the field or he was jeering back. He just was enjoying the fact that he was there. It's his birthday. He's with his wife. You see him on the jumbotron and he's just smiling. He's just looking around and smiling like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm like, oh, you sweet man.
But yeah, that was hard to watch. Just as I'm like we said before, we're just rooting for a good game for both sides. But as a viewer, it was a boring game because it was like there was no real back and forth, and at a point it just feels like you're bullying them. It's like, damn, can we just call the game after the halftime show? Because what are they going to do in the next 30 minutes? You're not going to get enough touchdowns in that time to catch up. But
I was surprised when I looked because we ate dinner, turned away from the game to watch our Chinese drama, and then when
let's see what ancient China's up to.
Yes, let's
more
see
steak, more drama.
Scripted ancient China, fantasy China is up to. But when I looked at the final score, and I was like, oh, they did something. They got 22 points.
Yeah, they did a little something towards the end, but not enough.
That's really heartbreaking though, because it's that's the Wizard of Oz. You had it in you all along.
I have to commend
and
them,
if
though.
you had figured it out in the first half, you might have made a game of it. But
yeah, I don't know what they had to do to shift gears to get what they did, but it's commendable to be so far behind and still put your best effort in.
Right. That's the heart of a champion. That's
right. You got to keep going. And I mean, at the end of the day, you still got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's dating Taylor Swift. Y'all winners. You still doing better than the majority of Americans who are sitting on their couch with Cheeto stained hands talking about what you could have done better.
You still doing better than Drake because my feelings were hurt. Kendrick Lamar staring straight to the camera. Hey, Drake.
And bell bottoms. Teasing you the whole time talking about, hey ladies, yeah. I want to sing their favorite songs. Why not? Oh, you gonna do it? You really gonna do it? that whole teasing was just hilarious to me. Yeah, they like to sue.
Oh my god, the way he was talking about the lawsuit, the way he was teasing it. The way the whole stadium said A minor.
It's such a great bar.
His lowercase chain.
Well, the lowercase chain is actually related to his production, apparently. What's it called? Mike something Lane. Either way, it's not related to Drake, but it just ties in regardless, whether it's intentional or not.
Well, it was so multi-layered in terms of an artistic performance. You're looking for signs everywhere because people are doing 1-hour deep dives. On
the think tanks on Super that performance
are going crazy. Yeah,
it's hilarious. It's like he played on a PlayStation controller because this was a game, and then he had game over in the crowd.
See how they're in the box? They're standing on their square.
They were actually performing on a prison yard. Okay. Again, art should do that. Art should do that.
Like I said, at least we ain't Drake.
Yeah. That or anyone affiliated with Drake. His son, his father, oof. I mean, cause I was thinking okay, he'll do the song, but he won't actually say his name. Nah, he said his name straight to the camera with a malicious grin.
With a big smile.
Say Drake. He thought I wasn't gonna say it, did ya? And I'm like, okay, well, at least he ain't say pedophile. He ain't say that. He probably couldn't say that.
No, he couldn't say that. But he had clever ways of getting around everything. The performance was no less enjoyable.
Yeah, as a rapper in general, a lot of his songs got nigga and fuck and all that kind of stuff, and so he had to remember not to say it.
And he didn't. He didn't slip up. He didn't slip up not once.
He didn't slip up. He didn't sound that out of breath to me. Some people are saying he sounded out of breath.
I didn't think so, especially not for all the moving around he was doing, because that's a lot of ground to cover.
And to be on beat and remember like what little choreo
especially
he has,
for as fast as he was rapping. No, he did a great job.
Yeah, and he got to be on point with the camera too. Which,
although I know so many people didn't get it. Like, I asked my dad, like, if he watched it, he's like, okay, so I've heard Kendrick Lamar's name before. I was like, he's a purely surprise when he was like, look, I'm expecting you to do some real dancing like Beyonce. I was bored, so I turned away. And I was like, you know who couldn't turn away? Trump, because he was there.
Listen, most rappers can't dance. Most male rappers, I don't see really moving like that.
Rappers,
now R&B,
I don't think I would want to go to their concert because I told you my experience of going to a concert and then Nas came out and bored us all.
Yeah. But again,
but Busta Rhymes brought it back. So like
well, Busta Rhymes has charisma in the fact that he can rap so fast. Like his being able to rap so fast is what really engages you. So he don't really have to move too much. He was on tour with,
but also
Missy Elliott.
He can move. Or at least he could.
Really, back in the day, yeah. Like
at least he could 20 years ago. But even 20 years, like. How old is he? Because I could swear, like when I saw him, he was already 40.
Maybe 50 something. Let me see.
He was already 40 when I saw him.
But he also gained a lot of weight.
He gained a lot of weight at one time. Lost, right?
Yes, because like I said, he was on tour with Missy Elliott, and on tour he looked back to like mid-range. Yeah, he's 52, so he was like mid-size and rapping. He wasn't doing a whole lot of moving, but again. A lot of male rappers don't really do that. Their stage presence is usually just in their stature and their bars and how they sound delivering their bars. Versus female rappers, bitch, if you can't drop 18, if you can't drop 18 bars and twerk, get the fuck off the stage. That is how female rappers bring it when it comes to their performance,
and they got to look good throughout their career. There's no gaining 100 pounds and then losing it because like you gain 100 pounds and your career is over for life. Nobody cares
like
anymore.
Right now, when it comes to performances, the two female rappers that stick out to me for giving a performance and you still understand everything they're saying, Missy Elliott. Because Missy Elliott will dance her ass off. She was dancing her ass off even when she didn't lose the weight that she's at right now. When she was a big girl, she was out there with the backup dancers.
Music make you lose control.
Right. So you've got Missy and then Doechii. Doechii's Grammy performance. Oh my God. This girl was contorting her body. She's moving. She's choreo. She's rapping fast. Oh my God. She's in her panties and drawers. Oh, a performance. Women, especially black women, they set the bar so high, and yet it's still not enough for some people. But
yeah,
that's neither here nor there. Going back to Kendrick, he did what needed to be done. Was it as bombastic as like fucking Usher last year? No, but my complaint last year with Usher was that he had too much going on. There was so much going on in the field. I was missing stuff. I'm like, I can't even take it all in. There was so much going on. But that's what people are expecting when it comes to the Super Bowl. They want pyrotechnics and dancers and choreo and all that kind of stuff. But you have to take into consideration who's also performing. So like Rihanna. Right. Rihanna, she can dance generally. And for her being as far along pregnant as she was giving you some moves.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, Rihanna is not that much of a dance girly outside of like her music videos. You see her on stage, she's gonna hit a little 1-2 here and there, but she's mostly there for her vocals. And what she was able to do sufficed. It was like, in terms of like presentation, it was like maybe a step above what Kendrick did, just because she was elevated and she was pregnant.
Right.
So there was that slight edge and spectacle. But I love what Kendrick did, especially watching it from home. You were able to really take in the scale of it all and the camera movement. So like when he was popping up during Peekaboo, Like, come on. But yeah, if you're like in the stands, you probably didn't get that full
Samuel
experience
L. Jackson.
as Uncle Sam. Mm-hmm.
I'm about no. Don't you know how to play this
Too
game?
loud, too ghetto. Yeah, that's what we want. Nice and easy. We almost there. Dun, 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 dun. She's like, oh god damn it. Oh god. Yeah, good stuff. I was
SZA showed up. My mother, she also watched it. Was like, I didn't know what the hell was going on, and then SZA came on, and then she was like really excited to see SZA.
And that was another thing. I like, as someone else had pointed out, that Kendrick wasn't really playing all the songs that he is most known for like that, outside of Not Like Us. But it was very much like, if you know, you know. If you don't, do your research later. But I have a story to tell with this particular track list. Because he could have just as easily used All Right. I say that in the sense of like, in terms of theme, All Right would have fit. But I think in terms of the rights he owns to that song, no. Like All Right and what is it, Pools or Swimming Pools?
Oh yeah.
Those two songs I think were maybe under different publishing rights, and all the other songs that were actually played during the Super Bowl, he owns the rights to. So again, you gotta read deeper into why this was the track list. But yeah, great show. My algorithm has steadily just been showing me more and more Kendrick stuff. I saw that he did a symphonic concert back in 2015 where he was rapping with a symphony behind him. And one of the songs that was in the clip was These Walls. And I'm like listening to the lyrics. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Then I went to the comments and it's like, yeah, it's a song about vagina. I was like, oh, snaps. Then I actually looked up the lyrics. And I'm like, wow, I like this song even more. Like he just has is poetry. Like he deserved that Pulitzer, just how he's able to just take, because he could have made that song raunchy. But like,
what's the name of that song?
It's called These Walls. And it was like, it wasn't just about like, oh, I love being in vagina type stuff. It was like, it was deeper than that. It was like, it was less about his enjoyment of being with this woman and just like how this woman uses sex. It was a lot deeper than I thought a song called These Walls that's actually about vagina was going to be. But I'm like, wow. Yeah. As they've been saying, like, you can't talk Kendrick lyrics to people that Harriet Tubman would have left behind or otherwise shot.
Oh.
that has been a common saying the last couple of weeks. Like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. And that's okay. Because, like, I'm trying to think the last time we had, like, a white performer at the Super Bowl.
Oh, damn.
Right? I can see why the white folks are mad. It's been like 5 years.
Are they really mad about that?
But man, the folks who be saying I'm protesting the Super Bowl be the white folks who just don't like seeing black people on screen unless they kicking a ball or putting it in a hoop. But let's be real. If we were watching and we just saw 4 straight years of just like white folks that we considered boring, we'd be feeling a way too. At least I would. Let me not speak for everybody.
Yeah, and Kendrick Lamar had a breakout year this year.
Yeah.
I mean, people who had never heard of him were like, did you not hear that crowd? Like, they know the words.
It's not like they were just putting out, for the last 4 years, it's not like the black performers they had at the Super Bowl could not put on a show. Like, these people have.
Who have they had for the past 4 years? I mean.
So we had Kendrick this year. We had Usher last year. Rihanna
Usher and Alicia Keys. That's half a white person. That's half.
Prior to that, so Kendrick, Usher, Rihanna. Who was after Rihanna? Or who was before Rihanna?
Who was before Rihanna?
I want to say The Weeknd. Now I gotta look up Supertime halftime show. Super Bowl.
Super time halftime.
I remember there was one year. I know Lady Gaga performed one year. Katy
and they probably
Perry.
complained about that.
You know they did. I know Katy Perry performed one year, and everybody was just obsessed about that one shark and Missy Elliott popping up.
I think
for 5
y'all are
seconds.
really mad that like Taylor Swift won't do it.
I'm surprised she hasn't.
She hasn't because they don't pay enough because the Super Bowl.
Oh, they don't pay you.
No, they don't pay you enough. No,
they don't pay. No, it's not even enough. They don't pay you. They give you like maybe a stipend for the set.
And she's still making lots and lots of money on every tour that she does. So
right. Like it's really just advertisement for that performer. It's the age old you're getting paid in exposure type stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Taylor Swift ain't gonna let you pay her an exposure ever.
She's like, bitch, I pay you an exposure. How about that? How about I'm the one that's driving more seats in the last couple years because my boyfriend
just by being in the crowd.
Just by being in the crowd. Just because.
And the camera keep panning over here. Y'all mad at me. I don't control the cameraman.
Right. I didn't tell them, hey, make sure every 5 seconds you pan on me. I'm tired of it too. Like that, her face at the Super Bowl when they just happened to catch her. I don't even think she was in a box this time. I think she was just like in a regular seat just above everybody. And they put the camera on her and she just looked like somebody just caught her in the middle of a snack. Like, the fuck y'all looking at me for? like I felt bad for her because like she's just trying to be there to support her boyfriend.
Right.
And the cameras keep pointing at her. Like, I don't blame her. I blame whoever keeps telling the cameraman to switch to her. And it's not just her. I don't give a fuck about any of the celebrities who are just in the crowd.
I think the cameraman is just curious for himself. Like you know how you trying not to look at somebody, but you know he over there, so you're just gonna do a little sneak. It's just that you sneaking the whole camera over there. Like
and then the thing too, it'll be like I get to and they'll sometimes do like the kiss cam or like, oh, the celebrity look-alike in the middle of the crowd type thing. But that's like during a break when there's no one on the field. No, it'll be in the middle of a play and they'll cut to a celebrity or they would cut to Taylor Swift and I'm like, I'm not trying to see that. Get back to the field. So I get the annoyance. I missed a good play because you just wanted to show fucking Taylor, like. But anyway, I'm all for the next Super Bowl having an artist I'm not familiar with. I'm all for that. I was like, that's what I enjoyed about the Grammys this year. They did a showcase of those who were nominated as Best New Artist. Now, a lot of these artists have been in the game for like 5+ years, but they just for whatever reason got nominated this particular year. But it was nice to see a showcase of some of these artists like top songs, and I was like, oh, let me look at these people. Like Ray's been around for a minute, but like her song, I was like, god damn, I didn't know she had vocals on her like that. So outside of the Grammys, I'd say the Super Bowl is a good opportunity to, if not refamiliarize yourself with a catalog, then get put onto a catalog. And for what I've seen, there's been like a lot of like good country artists in the last couple years. So I wouldn't actually mind like a country showcase next year. You have Shabuzi. I mean, he's black, but he's still a country artist. You have Shabuzi. I forget who that other dude was that they showcased at the Grammys. It was a white dude. He's actually married to a black woman, but a white dude.
Is its name Jelly Roll?
No, not Jelly Roll. It was somebody else. But I haven't heard bad things about Jelly Roll. But no, it was another dude with a name that kind of sounded like food. Oh my god! Sorry, I got
powdered donut.
But yeah, so we'll see who they got to perform next year. And Washington still complain.
They still gonna fucking complain, but you know, DEI is gone. So the only thing you can complain about is the fact that maybe your best artist just ain't up to snuff. You know, can't help it that all the good performers are black. Let alone, again, when it comes to Taylor Swift, and she's like, no, pay me. I don't need the exposure. I don't want the exposure. I don't want the honor of being on the Super Bowl stage. Pay me. You know?
Right.
And again, that's not a knock to those who do take that opportunity. Some people just like to be able to say that they did a thing. Other people need money. Taylor is steadily on tour. She ain't have time. Like, you gotta catch her when she's not on tour.
When has that been? She's always producing. She's always making something.
Right. So again, you just gotta find that artist at a time when they're not busy. And that bitch, they booked them busy. So
yeah. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck to everybody who is offered the opportunity and actually goes. I saw T-Pain react to Kendrick's performance, and someone had asked him if he ever considered performing for the Super Bowl, and he initially said no because he didn't think he could put on a interesting enough show. But then after seeing Kendrick, he realized, well, maybe I ain't got to do that much. It was like, nah, you really don't. Like, T-Pain has the catalog and he has a great voice. I think he
I was really surprised to find out what his actual voice sounds like, because it's like,
beautiful.
You never needed this auto-tune. What are you doing?
He didn't. It was like a gimmick. He was just, beyond the times at the time, but it still worked. So like, I feel like he could definitely host a Super Bowl on his own. But yeah, he ain't got to do that much on the stage front, and that's what you hire other people to do, to design what your stage gonna look like.
Yeah,
but again, we gotta give the white folks some time. They getting mad.
They can they could bring Meghan Trainor.
Oh, she's fun. She's inoffensive.
Yeah.
Again, some new country artists. I forget that boy name. I can't think of nobody else that hasn't performed already, because we're gonna say Lady Gaga, but she's already done it. No, I was gonna say Adele, but nah, she ain't really got like hype bops.
Yeah, like if you want everybody to be a little sad and cry,
remember their ex. Oh shit.
What's John Mayer doing? I don't know.
Oh shit. Charlie XCX. What that girl that do the Hot to Go song again? Chapel Roan?
Yeah.
Chapel Roan. I mean, she might be a little too queer for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They would hate that. They would.
Yeah. They would hate how, because Lady Gaga is very queer.
They'd also
too.
be confused. Confused. Like, is that because like the MAGA people? They're so paranoid. They are paranoid. So they
can't have fun.
You remember how like there were those like plane crashes that kept happening, and that first plane crashed into a helicopter.
Yep.
And I remember looking at the comment section of one of the news stories, and somebody was like, "Was the pilot transgender?" And I was like, "What the
fuck that got to do with anything?"
Like, what are the odds? What are the odds? There are so very few transgender people in the world. What's the odds that it's a transgender person that is also a pilot that got into this like crash? What are the odds? What is going on in your mind?
Why are you so fascinated about trans folks?
Because every time something bad happens, you're like, is everybody?
What kind of genitals do they have? What kind of genitals were in their pants? That's why. It's like, no. I'm gonna need y'all to stop. Y'all ain't got nothing else to worry about but what.
So if you bring out Chapel Ronan,
they actually accused or not accused, but I remember they had asked Lady Gaga if she was trans
Yeah.
before,
And
and
they
she was just
asked her
like,
in an interview,
like,
and she
and
handled it so perfectly. She was like,
right,
"What if?
what if? You'll never know. Like,
Oh,
it's
like, what's it to you?
right, like, okay,
The
that's like
music
when
is the
folks.
same, and that's what you should be here for. So, who cares?
Who cares? I'm not dating you.
Right,
I'm not
right.
interested in you. Like,
You ain't never gonna know what's in these pants anyway. So,
right.
why do you care?
You'll never know firsthand because Photoshop, bitch. Yeah, for all you know, they're airbrushing a dick away in all my pictures, but you'll never know.
Wow, wow.
Oh man, but anyhow.
Oh my God. Okay,
Mhm.
so Mike just hit us with a fact.
Oh, hold on. What do you say? MAGA states also clock in the highest number of porn searches. Yep. I've seen
More
that.
trans porn. Ah,
I tell
yeah.
you, the
Yeah.
folks who doth protest too much be the main ones engaging in this shit.
You know what? I am just I'm not hoping for this to happen, but I am just kind of waiting on the day when Dave Chappelle has his Eddie Murphy moment, because he's been just making too many of those damn jokes.
What was the Eddie Murphy moment again?
You don't. Okay, so you're a young person, so you've never heard of
I'm a
this.
baby. I might
Maybe you
have.
haven't heard this. Okay, so if you watch Boomerang, there's like a trans joke in there, which is ironic because I don't know if it's like shortly before or shortly after, like Eddie Murphy was pulled over with a trans prostitute, like in the passenger seat, and he claims he was
giving
just
her a
giving
ride.
her a ride home.
Well, there's been other comedians who like admitted themselves as like, yeah, I've sucked a dick. What was his name? You know who I'm talking about.
No.
Mike, you know who I'm talking about. The other black comedian from back in the day.
Richard Pryor. Oh,
Yes.
Pryor.
Yes.
Pryor. Didn't Richard Pryor grow up in a brothel? I'm sure like his boundaries sexually are like very different than.
Yeah. But I say that to say
yes.
and I don't know if he was like homophobic about it, but I vaguely remember him kind of like mentioning it off the cuff, like, yeah, I sucked the dick, so what? Kind of thing, like, yeah, we all did it. What are you talking about? It was the 70s.
Maybe they did all did it.
They probably did.
Maybe this is what the men's are up to.
Maybe. I mean, because it's
we're all paranoid and fighting each other like, ooh, bitch, don't you steal my band. Our men are stealing our men.
Our men are stealing our men. I mean, I've always been of the camp of like, if a man steals my man, I'm not fighting for him. First of all, if a woman steals my man, I'm not fighting for him. But if a man takes my man, I really ain't fighting, because what can I do that a man can't? You got it. You got everything I got and then some. Outside of like actually being able to give birth, but shit, I wasn't gonna do that anyway. So you got it, bruh. Dude. But yeah, it's a very annoying thing to harp on, especially when it comes to bathrooms, public bathrooms at that. Because let me tell you something, most of us don't even want to use a public bathroom.
But that's the thing. But we should be using public bathrooms because we should be peeing, because when you hold your pee, you mess up your stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, I plan for that. You know, so try not to eat or drink too much. Kind of thing. And
I know,
public bathrooms were taken care of like they are in like Japan, where it's clean and shit. That'd be different.
Yeah, but then like how are them knees? Because you might need to squat.
Oh, well, I already kind of squat even in public bathrooms.
Yeah,
depending on what I'm
like,
doing. But
when I see some of those squatty potties, like I could do it, but like, because I can do the Asian squat now because I trained for it.
Man,
but
I tell you, them Asian knees, Whew. Especially in the
Mhm.
old days, because they ain't even got those like bars to hold on to. It's just
Nope. Just squat all the way down,
that's great.
and then you stand up without.
Well, to
roll-
be fair, you could just stand up and do your business.
No, that shit's gonna get everywhere. If the toilet is in the ground, you better get that deep knee squat down there. You know what? You train for it before you go. You practice it.
That's what you do in the gym.
You just practice it.
But again, that hole in the ground is kind of wide, so it might not get everywhere. You give it a strong stream, you could probably do it standing up. Oh wait, no, your panties are in the way.
Yeah, and you gotta get those. Yeah.
Mm. See, men are lucky. They just got a whole holes they can just take out and aim.
Yeah, but when they gotta poop, they gotta squat down like everybody else.
Yeah, or you could just hold it. Either way, I'm not concerned about what people are packing in their pants when I go into my private cubicle anyway.
But that's the thing. I think like so much of civil rights, like for any marginalized group, it's always the bathrooms, because the bathrooms are where we're like our most human. And
Are most vulnerable.
Well, are most human, and when you're trying to deny a group's humanity,
yeah,
to say like they're less human than you, of course you're like,
how dare you?
You can't.
It's a human right to take a shit. How dare you?
Right.
Like with dignity. That's the part. To take a shit with dignity.
Right.
Just let me do that. Like I'm in and out. Like nobody wants to hang out in a place where there's a shit 2 feet away from you. Okay. Like ain't nobody really worried about that. And I guarantee you the men are gonna have a problem when the trans women come in who haven't had like all their surgery, so they look like a beautiful woman, and then they pull out a dick bigger than the man standing next to them. Now they gonna feel away. Now you're gonna feel away. Cause now I'm taller than you. I'm in stiletto heels, and I got a 12-inch dick. What you about to do? What you about to do? Nothing.
Be mad like I was before.
Mad. You're gonna be mad, and now you're gonna ride
into with me.
Now you're gonna ride into your governor because now you mad that you were emasculated by the beautiful woman with a big dick.
But also, I don't want you with your big dick in the bathroom with my wife, because what if she finds out?
How would she find out? She's gonna be in that woman with the big dick gonna be in her own cubicle, and then she's gonna come out. She's gonna come out. She's gonna wash her hands, and then your wife is gonna look at her and be like, "Oh my god, your makeup is beautiful."
The imagination of the hateful, though. The imagination of the hateful just goes wild.
It is ridiculous. Like I be looking at some of these drag queens, and I'm like, "Damn, they need to teach me something." Like
many of them are very generous, and if you ask them questions, they will fully tell you.
Yes, like they might be catty, but like I've yet to be a drag queen that wasn't like forthright with like helping their fellow drag queen or just queer person or just anybody that asked them for help. Like they are very generous people.
Yeah, if you cool, they gonna be extra cool.
Yeah, so, if you cool, they cool. Pay me. Shoot, I saw one drag queen during one of her performances. She gave money to the crowd. Oh, I was like, yo, like she had a wad of of dollar bills, sprayed it with her perfume, sprayed the audience, and then went out and just started passing out money. Like, take one, pass it down. Take one, pass it down.
I wonder. So okay, cool. so back to Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what his thoughts on Elon Musk are now. Like, whatever happened to that weird ass friendship that they were having?
They might still have it.
Yeah. Like, are you approving of all this shit, Dave?
It is very annoying because
Dave, are you a fascist now? Are you?
Imagine if Obama had Jay-Z in the Oval Office doing press conferences while Obama just sat there quietly being
with
bullied
his
by a child,
little kid,
being bullied by Blue.
let a woman bring her kid to the
Mhm.
Oval Office and just run around and talk shit to the president.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah. Fascist Dave is sad. Skinny Dave Chappelle forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is so frustrating to watch the politics happen and just know this would never fly with Obama. This would never, Obama.
Oh,
would
and then also be like, I'm a little man who openly says that he was a heroin addict for 14 years, become the head of Health and Human Services.
Oh my God. That's against vaccines.
Yeah, anti-vaxxer, antidepressants we're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-mood stabilizers, antipsychotics.
What is happening with this? What is going on with this administration? Like, what is going on? And I just know
about like for like he sees people who are on SSRIs. These are antidepressants which have lots of research behind them. They've been given to people for years. Lots of people like say that it really helped them with their lives. He calls them addicts, and then he has this whole plan of sending addicts to farms and camps.
Is that where you went, Mr. Heroin Addict?
No, he's a Kennedy.
It's stuff like this that I'm like, the other countries are looking at us sideways with the most.
Well, they're probably scared.
Side-eyed.
They're probably scared. They should be scared. We're doing crazy shit.
They probably have their own like meetings without America, just like, all right, so what are we gonna do about them? Like, if they what's our plan? Because they wild, they over here trying to buy Canada and Greenland. They trying to rename the Gulf of Mexico.
They did on Google. It's up now. It's up now. Google said they were going to do it. They've done it.
If anything, it should be the Gulf of Cuba. How about that? Or the Gulf of North America. If you want to be so particular, the Gulf of North America.
It's all the name change for the Gulf of Mexico has already taken place on Google.
But yet, when a trans person decides they have a new name or new pronouns, you can't wrap your head around that.
You just go crazy.
Right. But we just gonna have to call the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. No. We don't call, like, it's like calling the Sears Tower, whatever the fuck they tried to change it from in Chicago. What they try to change it to? I don't even know. I'm a Chicago transplant. But I know I call it Sears Tower and the Cloud Gate is the beam. I don't know. That was bullshit. But these other countries like China and Russia, I just know they plotting. I know they plotting.
Well, they're already doing shit with Russia and Ukraine, and it's sad and scary.
Yeah, like aside from what Russia is doing with Ukraine and how this administration is basically just licking the boots of Russia at this point. Like, Ukraine, just give them what they want. Bullshit. I just it's like watching like Game of Thrones or something and just knowing that all this bootlicking ain't gonna do them no good, because they gon' as soon as they get what they want and they have the power, they have destabilized the other folks, they gonna come in and destroy.
This is like Game of Thrones, but like Joffrey is king. Like, he's fully king. He's not, he doesn't have a regent.
It's no regent.
It's fully
there's no Khaleesi to save us.
No. And also he has Littlefinger as his best friend, who's also for some reason getting a chance to
what, BRICS is the new NATO excluding America?
Yeah. What is BRICS? Is it Brazil, Russia. What's the I stand for? The C
India?
is China. Might be India, China, and then S. What's the S stand for?
South Korea?
Oh, that's probably it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Oh, that's
yeah, and South Africa.
close. I was close. I was close. Oh boy. Oh yeah. It's annoying, and it's one of those things where it's like you can't stay ignorant to all that's going on, but you also don't want to be drowning in it all goddamn day.
I know.
It hasn't even been a full year. Intergovernmental organization consisting of 10 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Well, yeah, we just gotta see where this goes.
Yeah, until we get blown to bits.
Well,
because Elon Musk fired a bunch of nuclear bomb specialists.
oh god. And hired a bunch of children to run whatever the fuck he's doing. His boy brigade over there. Which one of them niggas got fired from his last job because he was like selling confidential information. Never mind the fact that I think a different one was racist openly on Twitter.
Elon Musk is a Nazi.
Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't hired Kanye for something yet.
What's Kanye gonna do?
What the fuck is Elon doing?
Firing people. That's a thing.
Exactly. He can be vice president.
What's Kanye
of
going to do? Make everybody get naked?
I hear him and his wife are getting a divorce.
How did they ever get married? Is the question.
Well, they separating to the surprise of no one.
I never cared about what they were doing.
Yeah, me either. It's I
always not care. Which
I just
is
always
why
find information about him like out of nowhere. I'll just be scrolling through my feed and all of a sudden there's news about him. Like, okay, cool, all right.
Kanye
Life
isn't
goes
able to
on.
Kanye anymore because Trump is president again and doing crazier shit. Like, he's been out Kanye. That's why he's like, what can I do? What can I do? I figured out
I'm a sell Nazi paraphernalia during the Super Bowl. All that, you know how costly it is to have a Super Bowl ad? Millions. And this man just films himself at the dentist's office on his iPhone for his commercial. Spent millions just for that time segment to sell swastika t-shirts for like $50. Well, in lighter news, what did anyone do anything fun for Valentine's this year?
I baked. Okay, so I made a delicious dinner and then I baked brownies. And Trevor bought me $20 worth of stock in NVIDIA, and my parents gave me 2 boxes of Godiva chocolate, which I haven't even started yet because I was eating those damn brownies. So that's what we did.
Hearts?
Oh, I've been eating Chalky Hearts for a month now, so I'm well stocked, and I've been eating them the whole time, and hiding them from everybody else.
Stocks from your brother for Valentine's Day is not what I had on my bingo card for Valentine's gift.
That's nice. That's
stocks, but for a Valentine's gift.
That's Trevor's go-to gift, and my
for
stocks
everything
have been doing great. Yeah, for everything. Like, okay. Oh, was I supposed to give a gift? Here's I will cash app you some stock.
Okay,
and it's and like our little stock portfolios are growing because when you don't know what to do,
NVIDIA is a good stock investment.
He give you some kind of stock.
Yeah, my grandma's got a few in NVIDIA as well. Again, just for Valentine's Day, that's just not what I would immediately go through. Like I can see that as like a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, but like I feel like Valentine's Day is one of those gifting holidays where you could be like real cheap about it, but it's the thought that counts. But if this is his way of showing love, is usually giving you stock, then if you didn't, then it would almost be like, do you not love me no more? Like, where's my stock? What happened? I get that.
Like I said Happy Valentine's Day to a friend, and he was like, "Oh, well, not the most relevant holiday, given that I'm single." And I was just kind of like,
Well, did
My
you celebrate
single-
Valentine's?
"My single Valentine's Day has been better than any of my partnered Valentine's Day." I'm just
Look,
saying.
but you know how some men can be.
Some are
If you ain't-
all disappointing.
Shoot, just single people in general. Some of them.
At least I wouldn't disappoint myself.
Happy single persons awareness day. Like, is it really that aware?
I've never said that to anybody. I'm always just gonna be like, well, I'll cook.
There's no reason why.
I'll just have my chalky hearts and have a nice bubble bath and bake myself some brownies.
Valentine's Day is about love. If you're coupled, even better. But like, there's even Valentine's Day now, so like that's for like the friends. Like, there's no reason to be bitter in sad Valentine's Day weekend. There's no excuse. There's something for everybody. There's something for couples, families.
Also, I like the colors pink and red, so yeah.
Shoot, I didn't do anything this year. Like, I don't feel compelled to have to do something every year for Valentine's. But if an event comes up that I feel like would be fun, I'm like, oh, cool. But this year it was cold as fuck. I was not.
Oh yeah,
trying to leave the house.
I've removed so much snow from the driveway this week.
Yeah.
And every time I complained about it, Dad's like, "Well, it'll be good for the soil for the crops, which we might actually be depending on this year because the grocery store."
Man, the way I've heard so many black people just be like, "I'm gonna just do my own fucking farming." Like, I got one friend that's trying to get her landlord to allow her to have a chicken, so she can just have her own eggs. My stepbrothers talk about, I'm gonna buy me a mini cow with my tax rebate. They're cute though. I can't even lie. Like the price for the mini cows was like $1,300. I'm like, I mean, that's not bad for a mini cow.
Because RFK wants you to have raw milk.
Absolutely not. I mean, if he has his own mini cow, it would be raw milk. Like, you would still need to pasteurize it yourself.
Right.
But yeah, so a lot of black people are like, I'm gonna grow my own shit. I'm gonna have my own fucking chicken and lay my eggs. I don't eat that many eggs anyway, so have some for me, sell some to the neighborhood.
I saw that. I saw signs for that. Like when we were driving around in Mississippi, like there would just be like a sign in the yard, like eggs for this price or for this price. And I was just kind of like, wow, you could just go down the street and get some eggs. That's nice.
I think this might have been somewhere in the UK, but there was a farm that had a vending machine for eggs. Like they would have them in different, like almost like Amazon lockers.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a card swipe too. So you would just swipe your card and one of the lockers would open up and bam, you'd have a dozen eggs.
Huh.
I'm like, that is genius. That was so cool.
That's nice.
Man. Yeah. But yeah. So didn't do anything for Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day. It was too cold and I didn't want to spend any money. There were some really good Valentine's movies out though. You had Hard Eyes, which I saw the week before. That was great. A horror movie more of a slasher movie / romantic comedy. That was really fun. Love Hurts was I didn't see Love Hurts, but it's a kung fu action romance. And then it's not really love themed, but Captain America is also out this weekend. So you've got choices if you wanted to go out with your boo. I had a coupon from, well, not even a coupon, but like TGI Fridays was advertising a 3-course meal for 2 for $50.
TGI Fridays is still out here.
TGI Fridays is still out here.
Wow.
and
Wow.
they had a 2 3-course meal deal for $50 this weekend. I was like, damn, I just had Fridays like maybe 2 weeks ago, so I'm kind of Fridays out. But if I was gonna be downtown with somebody, I could have done that. But yeah, I don't really feel like one way or another. The one thing I'm still low key bitter about is just I just miss the candy exchange in elementary school.
Ew.
Like in
What?
yeah, because in elementary school that was like the second day to Halloween, or when you could just get like relatively free candy without any real
I
effort.
know, but you had to like write everybody's name on all that small bullshit.
I ain't write my
Like,
name on shit. I just gave you the little packet.
no, we had all of those little like packets, and then you
Yeah, I
have to
know.
like
I
all of
know
those
where it
little
says
cards,
to.
and you have to write it from
Nope.
me
Nope.
to whoever, and all that tedious writing and shit, and making sure that
Nah.
you spell everybody's name correctly.
I don't remember doing that. Maybe my mom did, but I am just emphasizing the part about me getting a whole bunch of candy, regardless of effort. And then once you got into like middle school, now it's up to your little boyfriend or your friends to actually, give you shit. Now there's effort involved. I'm like, boo. So as an adult, now it's like I gotta get discounted candy. So I'm all for the day after. But goddamn, do those shells be torn through? Ain't nothing
you
left.
can't wait till the day after, because even when it was getting close to the day, the shelves were already looking sparse. Like,
They
if
already
you
getting
did
ready
not
for.
plan for Valentine's Day, you're gonna have to give your boo some stocks.
They
'Cause
they already getting ready for Easter, man. And it's like, and
I
honestly, the discounts, at least at like Target, they're not even like that great. It was like 30% off. Like, man, for all that, I can just go to
what
CVS.
happened to 50% off? And also, most of these shelves are bare because you stopped stocking up at
Mhm.
some point. After a while, you was just kind of like, if you didn't plan for Valentine's Day, fuck you.
I just went to CVS. I didn't even get any of like the Valentine's candy. I think CVS was just having a sale in general on Ferrero Rochers. So it was buy one get one 50% off, and I had a $4 off coupon. So I got 2 boxes of Ferrero Rocher for the price of one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I could have stacked the coupons even more if I had a 30%. So then it would have been buy one get one 50% off plus 30% off plus $4 off. I probably would have had 2 of them for like $3, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyhow, so any plans coming up? You got to work tomorrow. I know some people have President's Day off.
I had to take my mother to a dentist appointment because she is not driving because she has a wart on her hand that she caught from the dermatologist's office.
Oh
Right.
no!
New fear unlocked. And the
Uh,
dermatologist said, like, what is that on your hand? And he
I
looked
got
and
it
he
from
was like,
you.
oh, that's a wart. He's like, all right, shh, don't tell nobody. I'm gonna like freeze it off for you. He gave her some kind of like cryogenic like treatment or whatever. And he was like, I'm just doing this for you for free. Don't tell nobody, because like I should be charging and the insurance company would probably be on my ass. But I am only doing this for free for you because I know you got it from here, because I caught a wart from here too. And I was just kind of like, which dermatologist office was that? Because I don't need any new skin shit. Like, yeah.
Oh God, that is disgusting. Is she gonna be on some laughing gas too? So she's just gonna be.
I don't know,
real
but she was
kooky.
like, she's worried about like the friction and everything, because that thing is big. It's like, it
God
looks
damn, how
like
long does it take
it's,
for a wart to get that big?
I don't know, but whatever he did to like treat it made it look just awful. And he said not to pop it, and let it like burst on its own. But she doesn't know when that will be, so she doesn't want to like have all the friction of driving with the steering wheel on it. So I'm just gonna take her.
Okay. Side note, I went back and looked at the list of Super Bowl performances in the last couple years. The last time we had a white performer was 2019 with Maroon 5.
Huh. Well, maybe that's why we stopped having white performers. Because
But that wasn't even Maroon 5 at their pinnacle.
I don't even remember that.
2019 Maroon 5 was not it. Maroon 5 is not a halftime band. They could have done Fallout Boy. Fallout Boy.
Yeah.
Fallout Boy for Super Bowl. Fallout Boy. That'd be good. But yeah, after that it was Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, which Shakira looks so good.
Yeah, always.
Oh my gosh, she has not aged in like 20 years. Her at the Grammys, she's like 44 now. She will give a 24-year-old a run for their money in looks, body, the way she's moving. Them knees still work. And she got 2 kids. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. And then there was Justin Timberlake. Yeah, there was like 2 years in a row of not very Justin Timberlake in 2018, followed up by Maroon 5, Travis Scott, Big Boy.
Y'all had a chance. You blew it.
Y'all blew it 2 years in a row. You had Lady Gaga and you followed up with Justin Timberlake.
You shot yourself in the foot.
Y'all fucked up. Dude, Katy Perry was also Coldplay was the year that was Beyonce and Bruno Mars. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I mean, Bruno Mars can sing too.
Beyonce can sing and dance and perform.
Yeah, they gonna give you a show. Madonna?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, y'all just gotta bring it better. 2026. Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, do Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy would be fun. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it is 6:30. Mike is staring at us, I assume.
Yeah, he's pointing at us with his hand.
That beautiful chocolate hand that y'all don't see. Well, I've been Ash.
And I've been Fatima.
And this
is
Fatash.
Bye.
Bye.